Hey, this is Chan from Different Skill bringing you a deck profile on Goddess of the Sun Amaterasu. So, Amaterasu is the new cross ride for OTT, and of course everyone's like, oh my god, this card is so broken, it's so good, it's much better than the end, blah 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 blah, I'm retarded. No card is better than the end, I'm sorry. Even after the nerf, I still think the end is better than this card. I'm just saying. So, this card is a cross ride, so innately it's a solid 11k with no downside. Plus 2,000 if you ride this, if you have CEO in your soul. And limit break 4, counterblast 2. If this card attack hits, you may search for a card in your deck and add to your hand. So, on paper, this card sounds kind of solid. I mean, whatever, it's just a card in your hand. The thing I don't like about this is that it doesn't gain any power. I mean, CEO Amaterasu, whoops, that's not Amaterasu. Amaterasu is actually just stronger than this card by itself, so it feels kind of like they made this card a bit too weak. I mean, Amaterasu is known for like being 14k for no apparent reason all the time, so how come this new card is like weaker? It's 13k base. I mean, at best scenario, it's 13k base compared to a card that's 14k for no apparent reason. Really feels like they messed up on this. But anywho, I play 3 of her. You don't want to ride her without the cross ride, or else you just have a vanilla 11k basically. Oh, look at my 11k attack for 18. Oh, you blocked it. Well, too bad. And then, like, you know, when you have it cross ride, you could potentially attack for 21. I mean, it's not gonna happen very often, I'll tell you that, because realistically, she's not amazing. Definitely, if anyone's comparing this to anything like the end, please don't. Just I know you guys like OTT because I don't know why. Maybe because you feel cool playing it because you're like, oh, little stack, oh, little put on top, little I bluffed you, YOLO, whatever, fuck, I don't care. And yeah, anywho, moving on, CEO Amaterasu. Very nice card. I like the look of this card. It's also pretty good. At the start of your main phase, soul charge 1, look at top card of your deck, put it back top or bottom. You know, feature sight yourself a little. And then plus 4,000 if you have 4 more cards in your hand. And this happens regardless if you get it during your drive check or not. So you have 2 cards in your hand, you attack. I'm attacking for 18. And they're like, oh, okay, guard for 15. And then you're like, lol, drive check. Since I have 4 cards in my hand, now it's 22. And you can take that damage now. And you're like, oh, well, fuck. That's upsetting. So, very strong card, very solid. And she has a I almost said ultimate break. She has a Mega Blast, Counter Blast 5, Soul Blast 8, draw 5 cards when this card attack hits. And also, Amaterasu Goddess of the Sun has to hit the Vanguard, so once again, it's not nearly as good as the end. Now, I am going to go to level 2s. I run 4 Tart. It looks better than Wiseman. I'm just saying. 4 Susanoo. First of all, this card is badass. I mean, one main reason why I was going to play this deck is because of Susanoo. He looks pretty cool. He's got like that giant sword, and like I don't know where his other arm is, and I'm not sure if he's holding a second sword here, but you know, he's pretty badass. If you have an Amaterasu in your Vanguard zone, this card is plus 3k on attack, so generic 12k attacker. You know, by generic, I mean no one else has, not many clans have them. 2 Silent Tom, now that they're restricted to 2, I can only play 2. I would play 4, but I can't. Tom is a good card. 4 Gemini, you know, solid 8k boosters, all around good. Sayorihime, this is your K clone, where if you have an Amaterasu in your Vanguard zone, when she attacks, she has 10k, she's a grade 1 10k, only when she attacks, not when she boosts, because I'm sure a lot of people do not know how to read, like myself. Then I'm playing 4 Chocolates, of course, OTT, lol, draw power. You know, I mean, there's no draw power in this deck, except for Amaterasu, which is a Mega Blast. So, yeah, OTT doesn't really do very well in the drawing department, unless you're playing soulless or like, you know, other stuff. But generally, it's kind of meh. So, but still, for Chocolate, hell, if you have no use for them, just boost with them. I mean, Susanoo with anything hits for like 18 plus, so it doesn't really matter. 4 of her. And 4 Chocolat, because Chocolat is good card. Play it, look at the top card, put top or bottom. Maybe you see you have Goddess of the Sun and you want to keep it, you put it on top. You attack the guard for extra and you're like, lol, Goddess of the Sun. And they're like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. My starter is Lulu. Now, why is it Lulu? Well, because Lulu is actually a very good card. You move it back 5k, you know, when you ride to level 3, move it back, Soul Blast 2, draw a card, it's a 5k booster. It's very good. 4, heal, 8 crit, and 4 draw. I mean, what the hell? Oh yeah, 4 draw. So, just a pretty standard 4/4, 4/4/8 in the trigger department. Overall, this deck, I think I might be doing this wrong, but ideally, this is probably what you want to be running. This is actually an SP one. So I'll tell you why that's relevant, because I am selling this deck. I don't really like it. I mean, I make all the decks to try so I can have the better tier list. But really, with Dragonic Overload the end being nerfed so hard, the tier list doesn't need to exist anymore. I mean, the tier list was the only purpose of the tier list was to make Dragonic Overload the end and Magical Blaster balanced. And now that they are, you know, guess what? You don't need no tier list. So I'm selling this deck. If you don't want the SP one, I probably can save you a non-SP replacement. I do not want this deck, and I'm confirmed for that. So if you guys want to buy this, please do PM me an offer. Do know that it comes with 4 Amaterasu, and they are alternate art, along with 3 Goddess of the Sun. So bear in mind. So yeah, that's Chan from Different Skill with her. What the fuck? It's Chan from Different Skill with my. Why am I speaking in the third person? Okay, let me try this again. How do I normally end a video? Well, bye.